There's just no queen like a vegan queen.
Hello everybody, I'm Gemini Andro from a distant galaxy. Here's my daughter.
Miasma from the co-op.
How are you, darling? You're looking very glamorous today, like a slut from Las Vegas. I mean, first part's right, but you've never been to Vegas.
I've not. I've been to Staley, Vegas.
Oh yes,
you know, in
lovely there.
Tameside, which is good as really. You don't get as much litter. How are you?
I'm alright, and welcome to everybody to another episode of Ladies of Lockdown, where we've dolled ourselves up to talk about nothing in particular, just because we like the attention.
It's true that. True as cheese.
Not wrong with it.
Vegan cheese. No wrong with it. You've got to keep yourself happy in this stage. Have you seen the world outside? Dumpster fire, don't cover it.
It's shocking, isn't it? But, you know, let's in fact, we'll touch on that because a lot of people are talking miasma already about summer holidays, and I'm like, Beryl, chill your boots, wait until things change properly.
Yeah.
It's alright to be hopeful, but I don't want you being disappointed when we get to July and we're still in bloody lockdown.
Well, Bojo the Clown said it the other day, didn't he? That, you know, he's extending lockdown powers to last potentially until July. This is the UK, obviously, everybody. But, so, you know, I mean, that's not saying definite, but it's also not saying
I know.
not, so...
But it's better to be prepared for it than, you know, let it just come and kind of smack you in the boobs without you even, you know, and there you've booked an all-inclusive to wherever.
Yeah.
So, anyway, arc at us today. Now, as you can see, I'm wearing a red dress and a little headband with stars and a moon on it.
It's gorgeous.
Miasma there is wearing a lovely red dress. Why?
Well, love, as it just so happens, this very episode coincides with two quite big calendar events, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
One of which is, of course, the Lunar New Year, which is coming up this weekend. This later this week, I should say, which is, you know, this one specifically, we're celebrating the Chinese New Year, because Lunar New Year is kind of celebrated across lots of different cultures, including Korea and Tibet. It's different, but for Chinese,
it's very Eastern, isn't it?
It's very Eastern, yes.
Yeah.
But this one, the Chinese New Year, is, you know, the year of the ox. This year, every year is named after an animal from a myth in either the Ming or the Yellow dynasty. The records differ. About a group of animals that, on the behest of an emperor, had a race, and the first animal past the finish line got to name the first year of the Chinese zodiac, and then it went down from there and forth and forth.
Oh, girl.
Yeah, so this is a springtime one, you know, it's the coming of the new year, it's newness, new life, so on and so forth, so it's a really nice one to mark in the calendar, isn't it?
I actually, to be honest with you, I prefer it because I think that the onset of spring is the beginning of a new year.
I think
it's a cycle from spring to summer to autumn to winter, and we start a new year in the middle of winter.
Yeah. It's no wonder, is it, after Christmas and that, or whatever you celebrate, and then it's a new year. It's no wonder everyone goes a bit like down, is it? Irrespective.
I know.
Because it's still blinking in the bleak midwinter. All this.
Frosty winds may blow. So, as she's giving you a bit of history there about the Lunar New Year and where it comes from, I suppose I should dip my toe in the red waters that constitute Valentine's Day.
Or a little bit sick in the house there when you said that.
Well, it turns out, actually, there's a few stories, but the main one, the one that seems to be, and none of them necessarily have historical kind of credence behind them, but the main story about the formation of Valentine's Day is that there was a like a general, you know, like an army general.
Oh yeah.
And he realised that his single soldiers were a lot more effective than his married ones. So he banned marriage. Anyway, turns out there's this sneaky little get, like a priest, called Valentine, lives round the corner, not far from Spa, and he says, hey, if you come round here after tea time when they've all gone to bed, or, you know, they're going drunk in tavern or whatever, I'll do you. And, you know, soldier said to me, hey, I'm not a gay. He said, no, I'll marry you to your girlfriend, like, and we just won't send out. Don't send out to nobody, but you'll know you're married. Anyway, he did loads of them. Then the general found out and had him killed. Lo and behold, St. Valentine's Day, the day when love will win, no matter what.
Yeah.
Till the general comes along with his sword and chops your head off.
Isn't it funny that you see people, viewers at home, you know, people have had their hands on your marriage rights for centuries. Do you know what I mean? Always trying to dictate things. It won't work in the end.
Always trying to tell me what to do. Always trying to tell me who to see and who to love.
Yeah.
And I won't have it.
No.
I'll love who I
People
want.
moving out, people moving in, saying stuff. No.
Rules and regulations, well, don't mean no to nobody, but you think they're important because you wrote them down in a book and called it law.
Yeah.
No.
Well, guess what else is a book? Mein Kampf. Don't mean that's any good.
Yeah.
And Ben Shapiro's written a book. That won't be any good.
Ben Shapiro's made a bleeding film. A film!
Give us the power and the confidence of a straight, cis, white, middle-aged, mediocre white man. That's all I can say.
The film's about a school shooting.
Right.
Apparently the message of it is the way to deal with them is by having more guns.
Right. So
Give teachers guns.
Not at all agenda led then in any way.
I mean, I was gonna say I've never seen such polarisation in politics as we see in America, but that's bullshit because it's exactly the same in this country. It's just that we kind of express it differently, but we're all at loggerheads still. You've got the people incredibly, even though they are watching the aftermath, the very beginnings of the aftermath of voting Boris Johnson in and ensuring that Brexit got done. They're not stupid. They're not stupid, Miasma. No. They see and they think, oh shit, but they're too defensive to say, I made a mistake. I made a mistake.
Yeah, this is the problem. People just double down, don't they, rather than going, actually, you know what? I done a boo-boo there. I see that.
And you know what? It makes you so much of a better person to be able to say, I was wrong.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, actually. I shouldn't have, but hey ho. No, it's true though, isn't it? Can I just say as well on the theme of Brexit, which, by the way, anyone who voted for it, what good's it done anybody? Nothing. There's a brilliant, and when I say brilliant, I mean absolutely horrifying group on Facebook called, I can't remember the exact name of it, and I'm not doing advertising for it. It's something like Buy British to Support Brexit or whatever. And it's great because it's like a novel. It's like watching a load of people collectively realises that nothing that they buy on the daily is actually made in Britain, and then trying to double down on that. But some of it's scary, love. Like, I've seen a post, I'm not in the group, I just went on to snoop because that's what I'm like. I like to see what other people are saying, you know, get a different point of view. And someone were like, well, Aldi's German, so we should all stop shopping there. And I'm like, Jesus. Like, that's a worrying step. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's the kind of it.
That's the kind of talk that there's been. Is there a British version of Parler?
I don't know, because Parler got shut down, didn't it? Didn't someone hack it and shut it down?
I think it's still open though. It's being used in evidence in the Trump impeachment.
Oh, right.
Some of the posts that are kind of on there, what they're doing is they're time stamping the words that came out of his mouth and then the messages that went on to Parler, like, this is civil war, come on, let's do this.
Like a correlation sort of thing.
No, he called his people to action and they went. And they went. There is no. If America lets him off with this, then it's the most corrupt country in the world, bar none, because you can't go from being a beacon to this without saying, you know what, we fucked up. I can't even remember his name, and Miasma, I wouldn't cite it if I knew it, because he's a Republican and I can't stand him. Not because he's a Republican, because of who he is as a person. Because I know that there are some good. Mitt Romney, I don't mind him. He's a Republican. But there's this one guy, they were talking about Marjorie Green, or you know her?
Max. Oh yeah. I know you mean. Yeah.
That's basically they've just like kicked her off 2 boards, committees, because of her crap that she spouts. So she said 9/11 wasn't real; it was a false flag attack. Parkland and one other school shooting were fake, false flag attacks. Just, utter bullshit. Just bullshit conspiracy theories. So this guy's on Fox News. This female anchor says to him, like, she did say all this, and so isn't this right, kind of thing. And I thought, it's a fair question. And he pipes up, no, because then where do you draw the line? This is cancel culture, and where do you draw the line? Well, do you just never draw a line? Because you have to at some point. It's such a just like in this country, people were really triggered by get Brexit done.
Yeah.
Give the NHS 350 million. All these key phrases. Get Brexit done. Get Brexit done. And over in America, there are these terrible scare terms: radical liberal, socialism. Them two are used like, and they invoke fear in many kind of working class Republicans. Without, they don't even know what socialism is.
No.
Because they've been told it's communism.
Yeah, the terms are just used interchangeably by people who lack nuance or don't lack nuance and deliberately misrepresent them. I suspect the latter is more true. No, but you're right, and I think it's a dangerous trend, because that reminds me of something that's come up this week in the UK as well, with this new news programme that's launching with Andrew ONeill. It's like I can't remember the name of it. It's a new news thing basically that's apparently anti-woke or whatever, which is another stupid phrase, because why would you want to be asleep?
And who's this guy?
So I think he was on, I don't have chapter and verse, so I'm hesitant to give wrong information, but you'll recognise him. He's kind of chunky, double chin, classic homophobe, transphobe, blah blah blah. He was the one who, during the the height of the AIDS crisis, basically said that it was a lie that heterosexual people could contract HIV. Denied all of that basically, and he's basically, if you googled Daily Mail columnist, he's what you'd expect to see when it came up.
Okay. So what's this new news programme, and where's it going to be?
Well, according to, I don't know if it's a news programme or a new channel. I need to do a bit more research. It's something with Britain in the title, because of course, aren't they always? Take back control, tiny island, where everyone hates us, whoop, and they think we're going to win Eurovision ever again.
And we've ruined it for the next generations of kids and grandkids.
Of course we
have. Who wanted to go and learn and live and love in Europe easily and freely.
Exactly. So, you know, this is going to be a new thing now, and you know who they're going to have on it. They'll have that Torag Darren Grimes. They'll have all the people who are constantly, like, blue tick Twitter, that are constantly up
Lawrence
in arms.
Fox.
Yeah, all of that, like, it'll basically become like Fox, won't it? Is what it'll be. Is it Fox in America? Which is the, yeah.
Well, there's 3 now in America, actually. Fox is really third in them, because Fox did start to acknowledge the Biden presidency, you know, before everything. And then these 2 other news services. There's one's called Newsmax.
That sounds shit.
And there's one called AON.
Oh, I think I've heard of that, actually.
And they've they went a step further with supporting everything that Trump said. However, Newsmax very recently aired a 3-hour documentary by that My Pillow guy.
Oh, yeah.
They aired it, Miasma, for 12 hours back to back. It stopped, then it started. 12 hours back to back. The written disclaimer at the beginning was hilarious.
What did it say?
It basically said, we're airing this, but it's nothing to do with us, and we don't share any views, and it's all to do with the man who made it, and it's his words. Please don't tar us with the same brush. We're going to wear it anyway, but we don't believe it, and we certainly don't share the views. It's definitely the man that made it. It's all him, but we're going to wear it anyway. Here it is. P.S. Please don't forget it's nothing to do with us.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Well, you've seen what's happening in America right now. You've got Dominion and Smartmatic, which are both kind of voting machine companies, and they've both been accused of being, you know, engineered by Hugo Chavez. Even now he's dead. And all the votes were counted down there in South America. No, just all this bullshit. Anyway, 3 of the people on Fox News that have been accused, because Smartmatic is suing Fox News, $2.3 billion lawsuit for the things they've said. One of the main presenters, Lou Dobbs, fat arsehole, can't stand him.
There's a lot of it about.
Horrible. He epitomises toxic masculinity. He epitomises white privilege. He epitomises Republican repugnance. Gone. Sacked. One of Fox's biggest. Gone. Why? Named in the Smartmatic $2.3 billion lawsuit against Fox News. Gone. There's 2 more names on there as well. But I tell you, it's just as dangerous. Sorry, our American friends, but I do follow American politics quite a lot.
We never mean to suggest, by the way, that yours is worse. We're aware.
Yeah, yours is just more soap opera-like than ours.
Yeah, exactly. It's bigger hats and hair in it.
Ours is just folk with bad teeth complaining.
In M&S suits.
Any road. Where were I?
You said you did a right slick movement. You went haha, and then
oh yeah, 2 of the people on Fox News that I think are so dangerous, and they need to, because when free speech becomes bullshit hate incitement, it's no longer free speech. It's bullshit hate incitement. Tucker Carlson and Laura Ingraham.
Oh no, not her.
So dangerous, the pair of them. That kind of stuff would never be allowed in this country unless this new news service you're telling us about fills that gap.
Yeah, sorry to come uninformed. I thought I knew the name, but I don't want to say if it's wrong. It's Great British something or other, I don't know, GBN, I don't know. But you're right, it's the paradox of intolerance though, isn't it, love? Paradox of tolerance, sorry. It's like people always go, oh, the tolerant left. Two things. One, I never said I was tolerant. And two, being tolerant means that to truly be tolerant, we have to have an intolerance of intolerance. And that's the paradox around it. You know what I mean? It's like, so I can't tolerate your intolerance.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't work. Tolerance is a rubbish word anyway. I don't want to be tolerated by anybody.
No, I don't want to be tolerated. I want to be accepted.
Exactly. It's like, move on. Move on. If it's like, I had a set 2 the other day on Instagram with some kid. I'm not proud of it, but I thought, I'm saying my piece here. It was under a piece that Stonewall had done, because it's currently LGBTQ plus History Month, isn't it, in the UK?
Of course it is.
Yeah, and some people on there were like, it's Black History Month. I'm like, but America and the UK have different days for those, different dates, sorry. So Black History Month in the UK is later in the year, whereas it's now in America, and flips, sort of thing. So it's in the UK. And one person was like, oh, why do you always have to have the, you want special treatment and that? So I was nice. I was just a bit like, look, you know, this is about acknowledging our collective community history and the contributions that LGBTQ plus people have made to culture, society, politics, whatever, that maybe absolutely, that haven't been acknowledged because they're important. They've been written out of the history books because of their sexuality.
Yeah.
All these other ones jump in, and I was just like, go away, little boy.
Do you know?
Do not presume to know us.
Paul did a vlog last year about LGBTQ History Month, and he linked Pink Triangle Theatre's performance.
Yes.
And he linked the Alan Turing film and all these. I'll find it and I'll link it up there because it's alright if you're interested in finding out more about what LGBT History Month is and why it's important. Have a look at that, and then straight after that, after you've been able to look at Paul and subscribe to those vegan guides, go and have a look at Stuart's channel. The library is open. It's up there right now, right near her head. Look, in that far corner. Look eye and top, you can see it. Touch it with your finger. What's happened? A video and a channel have come up. Oh my god.
Yeah, something like that. Thank you, love. But yeah, that was my point, wasn't it, really? It's like, if you are interested, like she's just said there, find out more. If you're not, recognise that it actually in no way impacts your life. So sometimes you can just keep scrolling. And this is where the whole tolerance thing comes in. If you don't agree with it, but it's not harming anyone. There's tons of things I don't agree with, but I don't weigh in on because they don't harm me.
I tell you who's annoyed me. She's called the Vegan Teacher on TikTok.
Oh, right.
And she's gone a bit viral. Pink News covered one of her TikToks to the day, and she was basically saying it takes a lot more courage to come out as vegan than it does as LGBT.
Bullshit.
Of course it's bullshit. You don't get killed for being vegan.
No.
Your life isn't threatened for being vegan, well, by and large. It's a fucking general theme with LGBTQ. So, you know, but she's gone viral. I mean, some of her messages I'm alright with. She's got a song outside McDonald's, and now everybody's like, now what's gone viral on TikTok is bloody people, somebody protesting outside KFC, and two people eating KFC right in front of them, like, well, that's hurtful, isn't it? But apparently it's gone viral. People like to put vegans down because we make them feel like, we make them very aware that they should be doing more.
Yeah, it's true.
And they don't want to. And so it's easy to just put us down and, you know, and it's a boring shit trend. It's like
Halloween pants.
Yeah, in a way it is like LGBTQ people have to fight for validity because there are places in the world where we can still be killed simply for being who we are.
Mm-hmm. There's like 50 countries where it's still punishable. It's still illegal, and a significant percentage of those is punishable by death. You know, I don't think we should ever forget that.
So that's why we need to talk about it, and because it's still not talked about in schools enough, which is why I linked that video before, because Paul and Stuart, who I know you know quite well, they were in a theatre company. They started a theatre company called Pink Triangle Theatre, tackling homophobia in schools and colleges. Ran for 7 years. Marvellous.
Amazing.
Only stopped because of caste issues.
Yeah.
Folk going off to holidays and uni and stuff, you know. But powerful work, and the kids loved it. They loved it. Mm-hmm. Because they're not averse to it. They want to know about the world they live in. They don't want your sanitised version of the world they live in. They want to know about the world they live in so that they're prepared to grow up in it, mm-hmm. and work in it and travel in it and love in it. Mm-hmm. You know.
Absolutely.
And how many poor young people have got intolerant parents or peer groups and are actually LGBTQ and feel like they can't ever come out because all kids are going, oh look at his trainers, they're well gay. They're not gay, they're trainers. If you think they're crap, say the crap. If you think they're shit, say the shit. Why are they gay? What do you mean? They're fabulous.
Yeah. Nuance, again, nuance. Shall we pause, love? Because I'm just aware of your camera times.
Yes, we should stop and start again henceforth. Fading back in from the land of effects.
I love. We're back.
We said we were going to have a right quick chat, not much of one, but we're going to have a right quick chat about Drag Race because we've not been able to do our regular review show this year.
We've not.
So if you don't want any spoilers, you best turn off right now.
Go and watch something else.
Because we're going to talk about these most recent episodes. Have you gone? Well, go, I just said.
Go and watch someone making bread. Go and watch us.
Ginny Lemon,
fancy a slice. Loved
walking out
Loved
of the
it.
lip sync. She didn't even sing a word.
She didn't.
She smiled and off she went.
It was that
and there's rumours she might have said a bit of a nasty thing on her way out. However, I don't think she's said that.
No, there were a lot of people saying rumours before the season started that one of the queens had told RuPaul to F off, basically. But they never heard that bit. All you do was saw her on the runway, and then she left and she did this. Like that, which I really loved. I thought it was really punk, and I totally got it. Why she did what she did. She'd done what she wanted to do there, and she weren't interested in playing that game anymore. Which is good. I think a lot of people have called her for it, said she's took up someone's place, but it's like, it's a hypothetical place. You know what I mean? They'd already offered it to her. She is quite a big star on the UK drag scene anyway. She would have been on there eventually, and I think she went on there to talk about her identity and different kinds of drag, so that we don't just get this homogenous idea of what drag culture is.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, they went to share a message, and share a message they bloody did.
Didn't it just?
You know, so well done to them.
Absolutely. Well done, Ginny.
And it's nice to shake things up a little bit now and again. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's just, as long as it doesn't negatively affect anybody, and it didn't.
Sorted.
You know.
Somebody would have gone home from that lip sync irrespective. So there's not now a deficit of people. Somebody would have gone. Yeah. And I think Ginny as well, because of the critique she was starting to get, they were starting to get as well. I think they knew that was going to come hotter and heavier every week from now, because they'd seen what they did.
Yeah.
And they were ready, going, why don't you be sexy? Look, not everybody has to be what you perceive as sexy. That's not the be-all, end-all. It's like on that show. I love the show, I do, but I think it's very problematic in many ways.
So do I.
They just have so many rigid ideas about things. It's like when they go, this is not fashion. It's like, drag doesn't have to be fashion. It doesn't have to be sexy. Like, if it's neither of those things, that doesn't mean you can invalidate it.
You don't have to be a dancer. You don't even have to be a singer if you're a fierce lip syncer.
Exactly.
There is no way you should look.
Absolutely.
And not everybody can sew.
Yeah.
Which is true.
Yeah, it is true.
You know, no, it's like nobody says Madonna's not a valid singer because she doesn't make her own costumes.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
What bollocks. Some of us have got ethics around stuff like that, whereby most of what we use is second-hand in nature.
Yeah.
Because we're vegans and we're trying to kind of preserve, you know, the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are. I'm still an avid watcher. I said a couple of episodes. I nearly didn't watch it this time because I don't like that the fans, particularly the younger fans, think that this is what drag is, just this.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's
not.
It's much more than this.
It's a commercial gateway, which used correctly should then send you off to explore all the different things that culture can be. And it is a rich culture because it's full of history.
Oh, full of history.
We
started. It started in the dry river beds of ancient Japan.
There you go. You know what I mean? So it's like
men stopped women from dancing and making money. Made it illegal. Actually a law. Women may not do this. So men dressed up as women and did it.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Danced and made money. Kabuki was born.
Yeah.
And as far as we know, historically, as far as we know, other than other theatre interludes, that's where it started.
Mm-hmm. So, you know,
fabulous, rich, beautiful history of I mean, it's called drag now. I used to be a bit of a ponce in my teenage years, and I was always like, female impersonator, please. Mm-hmm. But it took me a long time to embrace the word drag, you know, because I'm a woman. So, but now drag is women, men, boys, girls, they, them, he, she, that, us.
Yeah. Why would you ever want to reduce when you can just expand? You know, in most things, ego-wise, probably not so much.
Don't get yourself locked into a fan bubble where you're like, this is all drag is, because this is modern day drag.
Yeah.
This is circuit drag now. Yes. Yeah. And yeah, I love it.
That's how I love it. I love it. I watch it for the girls and the theys.
I do, and I watch it. Yeah. I watch it for the people. I watch it for the stories. I want to know who they are, where they came from, who their drag persona is to them. Mm-hmm. Is it a part of them, or is she a separate entity? I love that kind of, you know, psychology. The psychology of drag.
Me too, love.
So what else have we got to talk about, Miasma?
Just a quick shout out, really, for Jackie Weaver.
Jackie Weaver, hell of a Zoom call.
Excellent. I mean, absolute icon, stormed the world. You have no authority here, Jackie Weaver. No authority at all. Well, guess what? She does. But what I love is, though, it's hilarious. I think it's such, to touch on what we were talking about earlier, I think it's such a microcosm of global politics as well, because you just know that level of the misogyny and the gammon-like behaviour that went on in that meeting, you know that happens in the cabinet. You know that happens in the White House.
She's cut him off!
Yeah, she's just kicked him out. I'm the vice chair. I take charge.
Oh, honestly, what a world we live in. What a crazy world. It's full of crazy contradictions like a child. First, it drives me wild, and it wins me heart with its wicked art. 1 minute tender, gentle. I love that song.
That was beautiful. I knew it was coming, but I was glad to hear it.
I love that. I love it. I think it's beautiful words, but the tune is even better. And if you don't know that song, it's called Crazy World from Victor Victoria, sung by the divine Julie Andrews, who is a woman pretending to be a man, pretending to be a woman. Amazing movie. But that song, just beautiful. Beautiful. That's one of my regular get it on my phone and hear it as soon as it comes into my mind.
Yeah.
You know, I love it. I just love it. I think it's beautiful.
Me and all love it. It's a classic.
Anyway, my loves, we want to wish you all a very happy Valentine's Day if you celebrate Valentine's Day. We want to wish you a very happy Lunar New Year if you celebrate the Lunar New Year. And if you celebrate none of the above, we just want to wish you a happy day, whatever day it is you're watching this. Thanks for dropping by and having a chat with us. I've had no cards this year, you know, because of the lockdown. So I shall be watching rom-coms, eating chocolate, drinking champagne and flicking my bean on my own, on the sofa, with a little baby doll nightie, my hair pinned up with hair grips, no makeup on, maybe a blackhead remover on my nose, you know. There'll be not much going on with me and my ass, but give us a visual of you on Valentine's night. Oh, is that it?
That's my visual, that's what I'll be doing. Probably catching up on the great pottery throwdown. Going, oh, that's a big urn.
Oh.
That's what I shall do.
Oh, do you know what? I knew a big urn. Back in '85. Lovely man. Spent a lot of time with him. Had a Ford Escort, rust brown.
Do you ever make it to the front seat?
Oh, rarely. Rarely, my love. Right, well, let's bring this one to a close because folk have been watching us now for nigh on about 40 minutes. They're possibly sick of us.
Yeah.
I've got to go over the spa.
So near so. So near so.
I know. Well, I like looking at the yellow sticker stuff because no one around these parts buys salad and they still stock it all the time. So all the salad and veg, like every 2 days, gets reduced to nothing. Come on, make a good stew. You know.
Beautiful.
Well, you can't beat it, can you?
Yeah. And I'm going to go and soak my smalls in some Badidas. See how I
In
get
some
on.
what?
In some Badidas.
Badidas?
Yeah. It says circa 1986, but I think it'll still be alright for stain removal.
Oh. Oh, random thing. Can't remember the company's name. Oh. There's a company what does, I'll put name here. There's a company what does vegan and cruelty free dishwasher tablets, laundry tablets, and they send you a free sample. So I'm going to get the free sample of the laundry tablets, and then it becomes like a subscription. You tell them how many washes you do per month and they send you that many tablets per month.
Me too.
One tablet, that's all.
One tablet will do me for the year.
I wash my smells. Usually while I'm wearing them in the shower. Right, love, so we'll be back in a fortnight, won't we?
We will.
With more shenanigans and more stories and telling you about more things. Hope you've enjoyed our little tributes to the Lunar New Year and of course to Valentine's. See how my tits make a kind of... Do you see how my tits make a kind of heart shape? Do you see? It what? Oh, we've had another bloody blip there. Her and a bloody phone storage. It's full of bloody pictures of naked men what she gets sent on WhatsApp. She had to uninstall it just so we could set her out. Get a memory card. I said it last week, I'll say it again. I'm your mother, listen. I love you. Right, we'll be back in a fortnight with more shenanigans. Have you anything to close with, Miasma, my darling? Alright, quick, well, we'll set her out and we'll see you again next week. Bye, loves! Bye!